Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Wednesday to all, or I guess technically happy whatever day of the week it is when you are watching this. We've got a big old block of music to check out today, a big old block of music to catch up on, and we are going to get a lot of it out of the way today because I've got some time in the afternoon before the 6 p.m. bulk of music drops. So we're going to get through one of the albums that I have been meaning to get through. This is DAY6's FOUREVER EP, the most recent DAY6 drop that we had. Now, I am a big K-band enthusiast. If you've been around long enough on the channel, you will know how much I love and adore a good K-band. Having said that, I have never had proper exposure to the legends of the genre that is DAY6. I don't know why, I just never really got around to checking out music from them. I know a couple of songs from them, or I should say, I knew a couple songs from them. Like, Congratulations is a classic, I think Zombie is a classic, Shoot Me, like these are all very common DAY6 songs, like the go-to DAY6 songs to go to. And then I've heard Time of Our Life covered by other people, namely From S9 on It's Live, which was a whole lot of fun. But I'm not well versed in DAY6. I know the members and what they play, or at least the four members involved now. I know what they play and stuff. But yeah, this will be my first proper exposure into the legends that are DAY6. So I'm very much excited. As a K-band enthusiast, it's like, as a K-band enthusiast, I need to have DAY6 in my repertoire, or else I'm calling myself a fake fan of the genre. So we're gonna check out the entire FOUREVER album, including the MV for Welcome to the Show. There's a reason we're not doing this separate, because I've already seen and heard the song. I've seen the MV and stuff. So I figured we'll just send the album from beginning to end, because I haven't listened to the B-sides on it yet. I know of just the title track alone. So let's check out a whole bunch of music today, shall we? Here we go! Which one button is it? Oh, that one. Right, I have the album credits pulled up on the second screen, right below the webcam that you are seeing my face through. And yeah, we'll treat this as a normal album listen, as we do with normal albums that we'll check out. And yeah, let's just have a good time, enjoy some good music, and I am ready to learn some things, because, well, in terms of actual, like, music from DAY6, apart from, like, the handful of songs I've heard, the other ones have been added to the list thanks to me playing Superstar JYP, and, well, Young K's solo, Letters with Notes, from last year. So I'm very much new to this group, but I know what they can bring to the table in terms of the quality of music they put out, so enjoy, sir, shall we? This is track number 1, Welcome to the Show. Lyrics by Mr. Youngke. Composition, Mr. Songjin Youngke, Wonpil, and Hongji-sung, who is also on arrangements. Here we go. And again, I have heard this before. It's one of my recent K-pop obsessions, so I'm very familiar with this song. I love the opening for this. It starts off with such a nice plucky synth part, nice heavy drum part that establishes the pace of the song. Very subtle guitar element going on in the background. Oh, I should also apologize. I'm probably going to be singing along to this quite a bit. If so, then let's go. Welcome to the show. Whenever a song throws in gang vocals like this, that's super easy to remember. Oh, you're going to get so invested in it. I'll touch on this a couple times today, I reckon, but the vocal composition of this group is so interesting to me. It's like, you have 4 very different vocal tones and colors, but they pair off so well with each other. Mansukin. Oh my goodness, his voice is everything for me. I love the subtle grit, the roughness he brings to the table. I love the clean high tones that both Wonpil and Youngke can do, but it's the grit. Oh, especially this moment right here. Perfection. Literal perfection. And then offset the grit with the super clean high tones here, because of course Mr. Wonpil has got to send to the stars. And the way it ends, gang vocals, Wonpil on keys. That's it. Oh. Genuinely, I don't know what this year's K-band schedule is going to look like in terms of who's going to have a comeback. I know, like, one we slated to have a comeback coming up here pretty soon. I'm pretty sure N-Flying are still gonna have members on military hiatus, so they're probably not gonna do music. Could get an FT Island release at some point, possibly. I'm just speculating here, but unless something like Soran's Goodbye from last year sneaks up on me, I reckon in terms of K-band releases, Welcome to the Show is gonna be like the song to beat for the rest of the year. There's just something about this song that for me is perfect. It's bright, it's happy, sure. It's got this hopeful message to it. I mean, the accompanying MV is also spectacular, but for me, the way the song is put together is perfect. It's got the undulating like energy curve. It sends you to a place. It gives you an experience listening to it. And as for the vocal parts, I love a great vocal part. We get 4. I mean, Doten doesn't really get a whole lot of like front and center singing time in Welcome to the Show, but he adds that layer of the lower end and does it so well. And it's kind of interestingly like it's kind of what he brings to the table in terms of the instrument as well, because the drummer doesn't really get front and center opportunities just because that's not how the instrument is made, or how the instrument is made to be like put into a band, so to speak. Like the drummer is there to keep the pace and provide what type of like energy that part of the song is supposed to be, but he keeps it so clean, and I love the little fills he throws in here and there. I think it adds such a nice transitional effect to it. You know, you have Wonpil on keys, who has such a nice little extra bit of treble to the song, especially at that very beginning, that bum 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 bum. I think having that kind of like running scale purposely start to like offset from the standard 4-beat measure Wait, here, let me explain. Like, it starts off on the first note, dun 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 dun, and it's a 5-note cycle, but each measure only takes 4, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it like the starting note slowly starts to offset as the phrase progresses. So unless you start counting right away, or you know exactly what you're looking for, there's really no indication on like when the song is going to start until you hear the white noise come in at the very end of that 8th bar. And I think that's so cool to me. It's such a tiny little detail that I absolutely adore. Plus his voice is freaking spectacular. I like Young K. I'm very familiar with his voice just because we checked out his entire album last year. Young K's got a very nice, mellow but can pierce through, very pretty clean high tone. Wonpil very much has a nice high clean tone, but does it with a little bit of a different texture to Young K. And to have two vocalists like that kind of be in roughly the same general area in terms of the musical scale, but deliver their tone in such a different way, but a very subtly different way, complements each other so well. And of course, we're talking about Young K. We got to talk about, oh man, on the bass providing the bottom end of the song. Has his moments with little fills. I think he's got a really nice firm entry on certain phrases, but doesn't overdo it. Because I think it, like, a song like this wouldn't really benefit from like an aggressive slap bass part. I think he's got the control part of that very much down pat. And then Mr. Sungjin himself. Little bit of the lower vocals, get the roughness in, but he's also got the mid-range element in the instrumentals through the electric guitar, and it's just everything is put together so well. I cannot I cannot state how much I think this song is well put together. It's so well done. My only complaint is that I wish it was longer. And it's already a long song as it is. I want it to be longer. I also want to hear this live, but that's probably not going to happen. Anyways, that's just one title track. We have the rest of the album to get through. So, thankfully this album's been out for long enough to where we have color-coded lyric videos. Zati Farani, the ever-reliable Zati Farani, has a full set from this album out, so we're going to be checking out the rest of the album now. Here we go. B-side, track number 2. Happy, lyrics by Young K, composition Sungjin, Wonpil, and Hongji Sang on arrangements. Now we're getting into the new music territory, so I'm gonna learn. It's chugging. I hear that chromatic ascent over there. God, I love Sungjin's voice so much. Oh, get breathy with it one time. Oh, Doe with the little with the drum fills there. I love the way how he breaks that up. Damn. Tell me it's okay to be happy. Oh, the song is so energetic though, but the theme of the song isn't very upbeat and bright and happy. Commentary about social media? But like, is this gonna be one of those songs where it's like, it sounds really bright, but it's kind of a depressing song? breakup that Dolan does on the kit in that chorus is so good. I love that he just cuts in like that. Did we go major all of a sudden? And then straight back into the chorus again. Tell me it's okay to be happy. Damn. Damn. It's a really good song. It's a really good song. And again, I think they've put the vocals together so well. I think the instrumental part does its job so well. But man, the power that Doan's drum part holds on this song is actually very interesting to listen to. In fact, Doan's kit, I mean, we are only 2 songs in on a 7-track album. He's got a very crispy, tight snare that punches so cleanly through the song, and I really like listening to it. I know it's such a specific little point, but the snare in both Welcome to the Show and Happy So Far have had a really good bite to it, really snappy bite that just cuts through and holds a lot of power. Like in this song specifically, the little drum fill he does in the middle of the choruses are so nice. Like, let me find it. It must be around here-ish, right? Okay, this is the pre-chorus. We'll run the pre-chorus again in a little bit, but we're getting more of the cymbal hits. Get some twinkling synths, but it's that section there. Doan with those drum fills keeps the song, for me, from running away. Shout out my drummers, man. But it's like it just pumps the brakes a little bit to keep the song from getting too out of control, too bright, and too fast paced. I love that. Tell me it's okay to be happy. And then, you know, chorus is over. It kind of toned down the parts, toned down the instruments. Doan's still on drums. He's got to keep the backbone of the song together. But even still, the drum part also falls in line, takes it down a notch, goes into a little bit of a, not duller, but a little bit of like a toned down section. And it's just Doan MVP on that song. But we keep moving. Track number 3. This is The Power of Love, lyrics by Young K. Composition Sun Junyi, Young K, Wonpil, and Hong Ji-sang. Where's Hong Ji? Actually, every single song is arranged by Hong Ji-sang, so I'm just going to say that off the rip and just save the breath. But here we go. If I can, there we go. We getting 80s up in here? We got a woo-ah section, heavy synth work already. Very smart choice to put Wonpil here. Instrumental part goes brighter, but then the vocals go way bright with Wonpil's unique clean high tone coming in like that. Oh, I am right at home with a song like this. Really interesting melodic progression though. It starts off on the high note and then slowly walks its way back down. The power of love. Oh yeah, I am so at home with this. This is taking me back to the days where I was obsessed with the 80s music, the type of like the era of music that I grew up listening to. I do like that it's not just the synthesizer keeping it 80s, but the guitar part is also bringing that 80s element to it. Both lead and rhythm guitars are giving that 80s vibe. Love, the power of love, straight into the bridge? Oh, that's not a synth bass, that's Young K, isn't it? They've mixed it so it sounds like a synth bass, that's very cool. Love, the name of love. With the power of love. A little bit of something for everybody. I'm back in my 80s element. And it's like, I don't know how popular the retro genre or like the retro style of music has been this year, mainly because I'm very behind on music. That's the reason why we're getting to this album today. But I feel like this specific vein of retro type music can only be done by a select handful of artists. That's because this really isn't like the mainstream pop type sound that hopefully people don't misconstrue this, but normal K-pop groups of today, I don't think could pull off a sound concept like this because they don't have that intimate relationship with the instruments that are providing the sounds that they're singing on top of. With a group like DAY6 or with a band like DAY6, you know, they're playing the instruments and they're one with the sound, if that makes any sense. So they pull off a sound like this effortlessly. It sounds exactly at home. And I feel like that's kind of the charm of the K-band, or just bands in general, is because they have that close relationship with the instruments that's providing the backbone of what they're singing on top of. They're going to be able to pull off a sound that is heavily reliant on the background instrumentals, and I think that's really well done. It's kind of Huey Lewis type vibes, right? Like Huey Lewis, John Parr, it's like that era of 80s pop rock, and I'm on board with that. That's nice. Alright, number 4, Get the Hell Out. Lyrics by Young K, composition Sung Jin Won Pil Hong Ji Sang. Here we go.
잊혀지지 않는 건 내겐 저주 같은 것 하루만 잠시만 지울 수 있다면 내 세상은 더 아름다울 것 같은데 너와 함께 했던 건 스리스게 뿐인 건 계속 기억하는 건 미련한 미련인 건 하루만.
This is definitely the lowest we've heard Young K sing on this album so far. Oh, and then he takes it back up again. Oh, the grit in that way Sungjin delivers that how to lead in. That's very interesting. So the verses almost feel like they start going down the scale and then back up. With the chorus, it stays in the low end and then works its way up. Like, it doesn't immediately go to like the extremes on both ends. That's very cool. God, Songjin's grit in his voice. And it's like every time you hear it happen, it's in a prominent position where it's like his voice is front and center, so you feel every single grain of that grit. Get the hell out. Get the hell out. Oh, still gonna keep it going. It's weird to think that as a song, this is probably one of the more straightforward songs on the album. It's like the vocal progression of it is, while they might not be like as common in terms of just like the style that they do, the natural progression of things just really makes this song pretty easy to listen to because it goes exactly how you want it to go or how you expect it to go. The song telegraphs exactly what's going to happen, apart from that one instrumental break. There was that like one beat of an instrumental cut right in the middle of the song, which is just like zhoop, lock you back in and then bring it back. There aren't really any surprises apart from that, which is really nice. Sometimes you want a song that's really easy to listen to, and of course you get a gang vocal section, you're gonna want to sing along to it, especially if the melody is catchy. But I do like the mix we're getting. I am expecting songs to slowly start to wane away, go into that more kind of melancholic direction, just because, well, this is the halfway point of the album, and it's been pretty high intensity so far. But to have a song that is a little bit rougher, and just have the vocals, again, be in that prominent place where you can feel everyone's vocal texture through the song. It's not just like you're hearing them sing it, you're feeling them sing it. And not in an emotional sense, you're like physically feeling their voices. I think that's super cool. Especially you, sir, your vocal texture is amazing to listen to. Alright. Track number 5, Sad Ending. Lyrics by Sungjin, Youngtae, Wonpil, Hongji, Sung. Composition, Sungjin, Wonpil, Hongji, Sung. Okay. Now, are we gonna get all soft and sappy now? Or is this gonna be a red herring and it's not gonna be a sad song? It's halftime, okay. Oh, there's some attitude. Okay. Ramp up the drums again? Okay. There's an interesting pluckiness to this song that I can't really explain. Heavy on the low end. Wow. Really interesting song where you don't really feel the energy levels drop down at any point. It's firm. Even when the drum part goes into halftime like here, you still feel it. What an interestingly put together song. It's got a quirkiness, a certain quirkiness to it that I feel like none of the other songs have had so far, which is really cool. I'll take it out, naman sa ending. Throw it back into halftime. Oh, softer re-entry. Very smart way to cut the instrumental out there, because it really makes the impact of Wumpel's re-entry so much more powerful. Oh, that's really interesting. Yonkei changes his vocal tone when he says, I'll end it all. What is it? Let's end it all, let's kill it all, I'll take it all. It, within like the final chorus alone, he changes the delivery of it based off of the intensity of the song, and I think that's very nice to listen to. Ooh. This song in general is just really interesting to listen to because it does a lot without it looking like they're doing a lot. Like the constant meter changes from halftime back into double time, primarily done by Doan on the kit in the back of the song. But I think just the way it continuously goes back and forth, it's almost like musically depicting what a tumultuous relationship is like, and that's really interesting to me. Ooh, this might be, in terms of the way the song's been composed, this might be up there for me. It's so smartly put together. I think in terms of like the vocal variations, this song very much kind of has like an established who sings where motif, which is kind of like compared to the rest of the album, I feel like this is the most like firm vocal arrangement we've had. That's really interesting to me because I feel like if it's happened in previous tracks, I haven't noticed it as much as I have in Sad Ending. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just an interesting detail. Like, you know exactly who's going to sing what part just based off of where in the song you are or what the melody of the song is going to be like. And that's really interesting to me. And this is from someone who doesn't really know who sings where in Day6 songs, right? Like, I don't know what the line distribution of Day6 is on Emergency, even though it's one of my favorite songs of theirs at the moment, or Time of Our Life. I don't know who sings where. But with Sad Ending, you can kind of start to guess who's going to sing where, and this is the only song today I've been able to do that. Very interesting. Alright, track number 6, Let Me Love You, lyrics by Young K, composition Sungjin, Wonpil, Hongji, Sung. So let's slow it down one time. We are getting to the end of the album. Love that little triplet entry there. Ooh, tasty chords. Oh, it's giving me cheesy romance drama OST from the 1980s. A little call and response with the background vocals. Wait. Wait. It's that type of vibe, isn't it? Oh, the 80s is strong with them. And this is another very different vein of 80s music. This isn't power ballad, but it's in that realm. It's bright to be a power ballad, but the pacing and the mixing, the instrumental compositional choices. The subtle strings are a very smart choice too. I like them. And that's definitely not a biased view just because I used to play violin for 11 years. Oh, get a little bit rhythmic into the bridge. This is great, man. This is literally putting together everything I loved about the 80s, like rock scene and pop scene. It's taken me to places like REO Speedwagon's Can't Fight This Feeling. Oh, the fade out ending. Oh yeah, no, this is straight out of the 1980s power ballad playbook. I still do think it's a touch brighter than what a traditional like 80s power ballad would have been, but it's like 95% there, to the point where I might as well just group it into that power ballad tag. But oh, like get the lighters out. If it, 1986. Everyone breaks out the lighters, they're going back and forth like this. Nowadays, it's the cell phone flashlight or the torch, depending on where you're from. And it's got the romantic element of it, it's got the emotional element to it, but it's got the smoothness, it's got the prettiness. The pacing is absolutely perfect to kind of like sway back and forth with. I think the power ballad, like specifically that 1980s era of power ballads, is an underappreciated genre of music. I know that ballads aren't everyone's cup of tea because it's slow and it's not very like exciting to listen to. But as the sappy emotional sod that I am, I love a good ballad. And it's like the 80s power ballad along with like the hair metal and the hard rock music from the 80s very much were like my primary genres of music that I grew up listening to. I have such good memories listening to power ballads. And this is, I always must have been like 14, 15 listening to music that dropped 10, 15 years before I was even born and just really enjoying it. And Day6 have kind of brought me back to that place. And it's a mental space that I haven't been back to in a very long time. So I don't know if it's like, God, picking B-side of the album for me is going to be so difficult, but I think Let Me Love You is going to have a special place just because it's one of those songs that's able to take me back to that time back in the day in my life. Appreciate you, gents. And one final time, didn't know. Lyrics by Sungjin Young-K, One Pill Hongji Sang, same members on composition. Here we go. Super atmospheric mix. I like the soft opening with the acoustic guitars here. Right key. Oh, keep it just acoustic guitar element. Okay. Oh, that one pill high tone, the way it just cuts clear of the music. Oh, again with the strings. Oh, Young can throw in a little bit of like thickness into his vocals here. Oof. And what a line. The final greeting. What was that line? The final greeting that told me to be happy back then. I didn't know that was love. Man, what a line. Oh man, I don't usually take in lyrics very clearly on first listens to these album listens, but this one's kind of hitting close to home a little bit. Even with a song like this, though, they're not afraid to bring in a little bit of intensity. Love the flips one pill. Offset it with low vocals coming back in. I love the subtle like guitar scratching coming in to like signal the big bloom there. Man, what a song. What a song to finish an album on. It's emotional, it's pretty. It twinkles a little bit. I think that might be my favorite like mixed song in the entire album. It allows for the little twinkling elements to twinkle. It allows the song to like suppress itself a little bit and kind of muffles it back down. It allows for certain elements to pierce through, and it's and man, the lyrics of that song, man. I rarely talk about lyrics on these album listens, or really just in general, mainly because I oftentimes get so distracted by the music itself that I don't have the mental capacity to take in the lyrics. I'm very much, when it comes to approaching new music, an ear first type of person. I think it has something to do with the fact that I grew up playing music that really didn't use words just because I grew up playing in orchestra, so no words at all. I pick up on the little details about like what other people are playing around me. So I think that's why my brain tends to work this way. But whenever I catch on to a song and the lyrics are just, this is one of those, didn't know is damn. And it's like, it's a personal connection, I think. It's not just a really good depiction of human emotion. It's targeting my human experiences specifically. That's kind of creepy in a way. It's like, oh, I haven't had a song targeted like that at me in a very long time, and I don't know how to feel about it. But the song itself is so pretty. Again, much like with Let Me Love You, I am such a sucker for a type of ballad of this nature where it's, it's romantic. It's got the human, like, romantic element to it, but it's emotionally raw and it's true and it's super pretty. It's soft but has its big shining moments. It radiates. Oh, this is a strong ending to an album, by the way. Like, they've managed to really cap off the album nicely using two ballads that are like, I think I almost want to say, like, in the K-pop world, when people think of a ballad, they think of just really slow. Maybe it was like an acoustic piano, some extra instrumentals, but just everyone singing super soft and super pretty. But ballads are more nuanced than that, and Day6 have just shown that even throughout a 7-track album, where the energy levels are pretty high throughout, I think there have been albums that have maintained that high energy level at a higher level than Day6's Forever. But Day6 and this Forever album have managed to maintain that energy level across a multitude of sounds, including two ballads, and that's really hard to do. They have just shown that an emotional ballad doesn't need to be soft and slow. That's very impressive. And having this as my first... Oh, excuse me. Having this as my first proper foray into a full Day6 release, this was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know there's a Killing Voice out, and I kind of want to watch it, but there's also like 250 odd something more songs that are on the short list that I may or may not get around to covering. But I do want to check out that Dingo Killing Voice, so I may do that and just push off the videos until other videos until a later date. Just because I'm kind of, like, for reference, we did a Lucy video, or I did a Lucy video before getting into the Day6 one, and I'm kind of in a K-band mood, so I may go and watch the Killing Voice. Not gonna promise anything, but if it happens, it's gonna drop after this, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Well, keep your eyes peeled in general for that moving forward, just because I think I'm gonna get around to it anyways, but the Forever album is spectacular. It's a lot of fun. And what's the album? I feel like anything that, like, any of the songs that took a page out of the 1980s music scene is gonna be up there for me. Welcome to the Show is just still so good, though. This album in general is just spectacular, and I have no qualms about it whatsoever. Genuinely have no qualms about it whatsoever. Maybe if I had to make one comment, is that there's maybe certain songs where I could hear Dolan getting like a little low vocal moment as like a transitional piece or something like that. I think that would have been really cool. But I know, like, drummers are often really busy behind the kit anyways. To get like a lead vocal moment, sometimes you get bands with drummers taking lead vocal moments, but I do want to hear Doom get involved at some point. Maybe we'll get that, who knows, Day6 deep dive in the future, maybe later like summer break or something, if I have the time to do it, because they certainly have the discography for it, so indeed. But that is it for me today with the Forever album by Day6. It was a lot of fun. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. one last request from me today: let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be, checking with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.